again. I'm Jerry Greenfield, the Wine Whisperer. On behalf of 1044 Pro, I want to welcome all you brand partners to the next installment in leading you into the world of wine and helping you to enjoy it and appreciate it, and hoping that it becomes a part of your life that enhances your food, enhances your friendship, and enhances your travel plans as well. Today we're going to talk about how to read a wine label. Here's the problem. There is no, and I mentioned this in a previous video, there is no consumer product in the world that tells you less about what's in the package than a wine label. As I mentioned before, you go into a supermarket, you pick up a jar, it says sauce on it. It's just like picking up a bottle of wine. You don't know what's in it. Sauce, tomato sauce, spaghetti sauce, applesauce, we don't know. So it's important to know how to read a wine label and to be able to get an idea of what's in the bottle and what you can expect. And some wineries are better at this than others. But let's use the examples that I used in my last video when we're talking about New World and Old World wines. Here is Bonovia. Basically, there's only a couple of things that a winery must by law put on the label. Number one, producer, Bonovia. It's the name of the winery. Number two, the name of the grape, Chardonnay. Number three, where it comes from, Russian River Valley. Russian River Valley is what we call an appellation. Appellation comes from the French appel, to be called. So if I say to my French friend, comment appelez-vous? What are you called? What is your name? So an appellation is the name of the place where the wine comes from. It's a legally designated wine growing region. Only three other things need to be on this label. Number one, the alcohol content, which is generally found on the back label, 14.1%. The number of the contents, 750 milliliters. And then there's always going to be something that says that you should not drink this wine if you're operating heavy machinery while you're pregnant. And that's about it. They don't have to tell you if the Chardonnay is blended with anything else. They don't have to tell you anything about what's in it. And the other thing that we have to know about is that we have front labels and back labels. There are two kinds of back labels. There's the help label and the hype label. The hype label says something like, our family wept with joy as we handpicked the grapes with our bare feet and brought them lovingly into the winery, and this delicious, wonderful wine goes with any type of cuisine. It's hype, it's just sales information. Help label will tell you exactly what's in the bottle. Maybe it was aged in French oak or American oak, and we'll talk about what oak does to wine another time. Maybe it was aged for 12 or 14 months. Maybe it was made this way, that way. So it may tell you something about about how the wine was made, and that's always helpful. And especially with wines that are blends, to tell you what the different grapes in the blend are. Again, that really helps you know what you're about to pay $15, $20 for. Old World wine label, we talked about this wine before. An Old World wine label will have the name of the winery, Champy. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention, the vintage, 2012, the year that the grapes were harvested. Not when the wine was bottled or when it was released, but the year the grapes were harvested. So, Champy, the name of the winery. Gevrey Chambertin, the appellation, the name of the place where the grapes come from. Grand Vin de Bourgogne tells you that it is a Burgundy. On the back, it's going to tell you that it's, let me see, very, very small print. Alcohol 13% by volume, 750 milliliters, that's about it. And again, don't operate heavy machinery while you're pregnant and drinking wine. And that's about it. So, unless you know, as I mentioned in the last video, that Gevrey Chambertin is a place in Burgundy, and that the only red grape they grow in Burgundy is Pinot Noir, there's no way that you would know that this is a Pinot Noir, that this is a bottle of Pinot Noir. You wouldn't know what kind of sauce was in the jar. The back label says nothing. It says Gevrey Chambertin Vieilles Vignes, which means old vines. The older the vines are, the better juice they produce. There's some vines planted in the world that are over 100 years old, still producing grapes. 2012, who it's imported by, product of France, tells you nothing. So this is a challenge as we start to learn about wine and as we start to appreciate it and enjoy it and share it. is to learn how to decipher exactly what's on a wine label. So until next time, all you 1044 Pro brand partners out there, I'm Jerry Greenfield, the Wine Whisperer, and here's to you.